Hey Avenue Church, Pastor Ken here. Wanted to give you some next steps following up our sermon from this last Sunday on Philippians chapter 4. We tackled some really difficult things about people getting along and people being able to settle their differences and have peace and unity moving forward together, with the main thing being the main thing. And the main thing is not me and it's not you, it's the gospel, it's the Lord. And so I wanted to follow up with another verse that might help us as we kind of try to live this out in our lives. This verse is in Romans chapter 12, verse 18. It says, "If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all." So a couple of key things. Number one, if possible, we know that it's not going to be true that everybody thinks that we're great. It's not true that everybody is going to think that we are, right all the time, or even doing right, or thinking right, or any of that. So, we kind of give up on the fantasy of thinking that everybody's going to agree with us and get along with us all the time. So the Bible's real clear. It says, if possible, and then it says, as much as it depends on you. And I feel like this might give us some real practical steps as we move forward, thinking about, living out the truth of Philippians chapter 4, as much as it depends on you. So we need to be proactive in owning whatever responsibility that we share in the problem, right? In the disagreement or the discord. We need to own, and that's where I find it's really hard, because I happen to think I'm pretty much right all the time. I mean, right? Don't you? And that's the problem, because we're not. And so I've if I'm honest, even as I look back in my life in situations where I'm like, man, that other person was totally wrong. If I'm honest, if I'm really just objective, I could look at that and say, actually, they were probably 90% wrong. I probably owned at least 10%. Even in the best scenarios, I had to own at least 10%. I didn't do everything right. I didn't respond right. I didn't communicate correctly or in love. Maybe I was short. Maybe I was rude. Maybe I was impatient. There's always opportunities that when I look at my life honestly, that I can see areas where I could have or should have done differently, said differently, thought differently. And what Romans 12 is really telling me is, like, you need to own that. You need to own up. And that's, I think, one of the first steps about moving forward, about finding ways to come back together with people that we are distanced from or at odds with, is that humility and repentance that comes with simply starting out by saying, hey, I did that and I should have done that, and I'm sorry, will you forgive me? And if we would just have the humility to do that, I think a lot of our situations would find a way forward, that we could connect with people that there's offense with, and move forward in unity. So again, as much as it depends on you, live at peace with all. And we got to trust God with the results, right? We can't manipulate that, or we can't force that. All we can do is own us. So here's to your next steps and my next steps moving forward, as we humbly try to own our mistakes and mess ups. And I trust that God's going to get the glory from all of it. So keep moving forward. God bless you.